Hello everyone. This video covers everything you need to know about how to build Changli, her stats, best weapons, echoes, sequences, fortes, and team compositions for Changli. First of all, Changli arrived in Wuthering Waves yesterday. Changli is one of the counselors to the Jinju Magistrate and the former Secretary General of the city. She debuted in Wuthering Waves 1.1, introducing herself as a mentor to Jinsi and a powerful resonator who wields fusion powers. Changli is a limited 5-star character, meaning she can only be acquired on her featured limited banner or rerun banners. If you miss her now, your only option is to wait until she comes back around for a chance to get her. Changli is a DPS character who can be played as either the main damage dealer or as a hybrid DPS by using her outrow skill buffs. She works well with other fusion characters, and there are options for every budget, including Chixia free from the start, Mortifi a solid 4-star from Gacha, and Encore a strong 5-star from the standard banner. Her combat style includes switching between ground and mid-air fighting, with many abilities usable while airborne, giving her good mobility. Most of her skills deal skill DMG, so buffs for skill DMG are beneficial. Changli's Resonance Liberation has a long cooldown, allowing you to focus on maximizing damage with stats like crit, ATK, and DMG bonus. A longer cooldown means you have more time to build energy, reducing your energy needs. Overall, Changli mainly provides damage through buffs and raw output. Her duplicate copies sequences increase her damage without changing her playstyle. She is straightforward to use, but has enough variety in her abilities to keep her gameplay engaging. Now, let's focusing on the important stats for Changli to help maximize her damage potential. First, let's discuss crit rate and crit DMG. These are essential for boosting Changli's damage in the in-game. While you'll find plenty of DMG % bonuses in the game, ATK % is a bit rarer, making it a valuable stat to focus on. Since many echoes and team buffs provide fusion damage, it's wise to incorporate ATK % into her build, especially in the early game when you can prioritize it over crit. If you're looking to build Changli for maximum damage, aim for a 1:2 ratio between crit rate and crit DMG. You might be tempted to go for a 1:3 ratio for bigger crit numbers, but this approach actually results in less overall damage. A solid target to shoot for is 75 crit rate and 250 crit DMG. Just keep in mind that in Wuthering Waves, crit DMG is displayed differently typically. That extra 100% is assumed but not shown. So, remember these stats as you build Changli, and let's unleash her full potential on the battlefield. Let's see Changli's fortes and how to prioritize her talents for the best performance. Let's start with talent leveling priority. For Changli, you want to focus on these in this order. 1. Forte Circuit. 2. Resonance Skill. 3. Resonance Liberation, which is her ultimate ability. 4. Basic Attack Intro Skill. Now, let's break down the Forte Circuit and its special ability, Flaming Sacrifice. Forte circuits play a crucial role in how your character operates, and they define what that wavelength bar above the HP bar actually means for Changli. In her case, the energy is called Inflamement. You can build this up to a maximum of 4 stacks, and you gain Inflamement every time you land a basic attack while in her True Sight stance. So, how do you activate True Sight? It's pretty simple. You can trigger it after using her intro, after her resonance skill, or after hitting 4 basic attacks in a row. Once activated, it lasts for 12 seconds. And here's a great tip. Using her Resonance Liberation, her ultimate will max out your Inflamement immediately. Now, this is where it gets exciting. When you have all 4 stacks of Inflamement and you perform a heavy attack, you'll unleash a special move called Flaming Sacrifice. This attack counts as skill DMG and comes with a fantastic bonus. Changli takes 40% less damage while using it. But that's not all. The multiplier for Flaming Sacrifice is quite impressive, reaching close to 500% at higher levels. And the best part, all you need to do is focus on landing those basic attacks to enable it. This makes activating Flaming Sacrifice both easy and highly recommended for boosting your damage output. Let's quickly go over Changli's abilities and how to use them effectively. First up is Basic Attack, Blazing Enlightenment. Changli hits 4 times in a row, dealing damage based on her attributes. After finishing this 4-hit combo, she enters a special stance called True Sight. You want to be in True Sight as much as possible because it boosts her attacks on the ground and in the air, and lets her use powerful Forte Circuit attacks. When you use a heavy attack followed by a basic attack, you can switch between ground and mid-air combat easily. To enter True Sight, use her skill or intro whenever you can. Only use the 4 basic string outside of True Sight if you have no other options. Next is her Resonance skill, Tripartite Flames. This skill lets her dash to an enemy and enter True Sight for 12 seconds, leading to a powerful plunging attack. She has 2 charges of this skill, which recover every 12 seconds. While in True Sight, she can perform 2 types of attacks, one on the ground and one in mid-air, with the mid-air attack dealing more damage. Finally, we have Resonance Liberation, her ultimate ability called Radiance of Fealty. This can be used while in mid-air and deal % increase in ATK. That's it for Changli's passives. Now, let's explore Changli's swapping skills. Her intro skill deals a strong hit of fusion damage. Her outrow skill gives the next character a 20% boost to fusion damage and a 25% boost to liberation damage. This outrow skill encourages Changli to play a quick swap or sub-DPS role, similar to Yinlin. Yinlin has a similar buff, but it works for electro damage instead. A good teammate for Changli is Mortifi, as he can perform coordinated attacks with his liberation and benefit from both of Changli's buffs, even while attacking from the backline. That's a look at Changli's swapping skills. Next, let's talk about Changli's resonance sequences. Changli is fully functional even at S0, so she doesn't need resonance sequences to perform well. These sequences only add more damage to her skills and don't change how you play her. S2 and S3 are good options if you want to enhance her, but you don't have to rush to get them since S1 isn't very helpful. Instead, it's better to focus on getting her weapon if you have to choose between her weapon or S1. That wraps up Changli's resonance sequences. Changli really shines with weapons that boost her crit and ATK. Her signature weapon is the best choice for maximizing her damage. Here are some of her top weapons. 1. Blazing Brilliance. This is her best 5-star weapon with amazing stats. 2. Emerald of Genesis, a great option from the standard banner that boosts crit and energy regen. 3. ATK % 4 stars if you're looking for 4-star options. Check these out. Lunar Cutter, a strong gacha weapon. Commando of Conviction, another popular gacha choice. Looming Gloss, the battle pass weapon, but it doesn't have crit rate. Remember, 5-star weapons are generally better than 4-star ones, so keep that in mind. Let's see the best echoes for Changli. When building Changli, you'll typically want to use a combination of echoes that add up to 12 cost. This includes a 4-cost echo, 2 3-cost echoes, and 2 1-cost echoes, and that strategy remains true in the in-game. Let's break it down by game stages. For early game, 4 cost, crit rate or crit DMG, use 2 of these. 1 cost, ATK % use 3 of these. For in-game, 4 cost, crit rate or crit DMG. 3 cost, fusion DMG % use 2 of these. 1 cost, ATK % use 2 of these. For echo sets, there's really only one clear choice. Use the set designed for fusion DPS units, and best 5-star echo present is one and only Inferno Rider, which we have to use as 5-star echo for Changli. Let's talk about the best teammates for Changli in Wuthering Waves. A standard team setup for Changli includes an on-field DPS, a buffer or second DPS to swap between, a healer or another buffer, depending on your dodging and parrying skills. Right now, Changli's teammates are a bit limited but straightforward. Let's go through some top picks. 1. Yinlin. Role: damage through coordinated attacks. Yinlin doesn't need much field time and deals most of her damage through coordinated attacks. She works well with Electro or Liberation teammates, making her a solid choice early on. 2. Jiangxin. Role: grouping and buffs. Jiangxin is great for crowd control against multiple enemies and provides a huge liberation damage buff, enhancing Changli's power. 3. Farina. Role: healing, buffs, coordinated attacks. Verena is the best healing option right now and offers universal buffs for the team. Her liberation also helps increase Changli's incandescence count.
4. Mortify, roll, damage through coordinated attacks, buffs. A strong 4-star character, Mortify provides solid damage and is a great free-to-play teammate, even if his heavy attack boost isn't a perfect fit for Changli. 5. Encore, roll, damage, on-field encore is a powerful 5-star option that pairs well with Changli. They can swap between each other, benefiting from each other's abilities. 6. Chixia, roll, damage, on-field. Chixia is easy to obtain at the start of the game and has a strong resonance liberation. She's gained more appreciation as players level up and also benefits from Changli's buffs. 7. Baiji, roll, healing, buffs, coordinated attacks. If you don't have Verena, Baiji is your go-to healer for more comfortable fights. So those are the best teammates for Changli. Thanks for watching. If you want more guides and tips, subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you got Changli or not in the comments below. Happy gaming!